Who is Asmongold? To the millions who watch him daily, he is a literal god, a master of the MMORPG genre, and a cultural philosopher of the digital age. To the casual observer, he is the man who lives in a house that many would call a mess, eats $2 steaks, and hasn't changed his room in 15 years, despite being a multimillionaire. In early 2026, Zack stands as the undisputed king of the just chatting and variety meta, a co-founder of the OTK empire, and a man who has turned being yourself into a billion-dollar brand. But the story of Asmongold isn't just about World of Warcraft or viral rants. It is a deeply human story about a boy from Austin, Texas, who chose to stay in his hometown, care for his family, and build an empire from a bedroom he never wanted to leave. From his early days as a trackpad player to the devastating loss of his mother and his controversial stand on global politics in 2024, this is the complete journey of Zack Hoyt, the man who won the internet by refusing to play its games. Born on April 20, 1990 in Austin, Texas, Zack's life was defined early on by a sense of practical survival and a love for escapism. He grew up in a household where money was often tight, famously remarking, "We were poor, but I was born rich because I had two parents who loved me." In 2006, at the age of 16, a friend introduced him to a game that would consume his life, World of Warcraft. Zack didn't just play, he obsessed. He saw the game as a meritocracy where, regardless of your real-world status, you could be a king if you put in the work. Before the fame, Zack was living a remarkably ordinary life. He attended Austin Community College and was even preparing to transfer to law school. To pay the bills, he worked for the Internal Revenue Service, IRS, for 2 tax seasons between 2012 and 2013, a job that likely sharpened the logical, analytical debating style he is known for today. But the call of the digital world was too strong. On August 29, 2008, he launched his first YouTube channel, Zack Roar, and later Asmongold. He dropped out of college, deciding that if he was going to spend 16 hours a day in Azeroth, he might as well record it. Between 2014 and 2018, Asmongold became the face of World of Warcraft on Twitch. He was the warrior god, the man whose transmog competitions and mount runs became must-watch television for tens of thousands. His "Sup y'all, it's me, it's your boy" intro became a mantra for the community. When World of Warcraft Classic was announced in 2017, it was Zack who led the charge, becoming a central figure in the hype that culminated in the game's record-shattering 2019 release. This era saw Asmongold reach a level of influence few streamers ever achieve. He wasn't just playing a game, he was directing its culture. He became known for his candid, often blunt opinions on Blizzard Entertainment, standing as a voice for the players against corporate greed. Yet, the pressure of maintaining a godlike persona 365 days a year began to take its toll. He famously took several long hiatuses, retreating to his alternate channel, Zack Roar, where he could stream without the Asmongold pressure, playing games for 500 viewers just like he did in the early days. On October 11, 2020, Zack changed the landscape of the industry by co-founding One True King, OTK. Alongside friends like Mizgif and Esfand, he built an organization based on friendship and fun, which quickly grew into a media powerhouse and a PC-building giant, Starforge Systems. But as his professional life reached new heights, his personal life was headed for its darkest chapter. Zack had abandoned his law school dreams years earlier to stay in Austin and care for his mother, who suffered from advanced COPD. In October 2021, his world came to a standstill. His mother passed away following complications from her illness. The literal god was suddenly just a son grieving in an empty house. Zack took a long hiatus from his main channel, spending months streaming quietly on Zack Roar, sharing his grief and his process of cleaning out the house he had shared with her for his entire life. This vulnerability bridged the gap between the Asmongold character and the real Zack, earning him a new level of respect and a deeper bond with his audience. As Zack returned to full-time streaming in 2023 and 2024, his content shifted. He moved away from the Warcraft-only label, becoming a premier variety and reaction streamer. However, his unfiltered nature led to his biggest controversy yet in October 2024. During a heated stream regarding the Israel-Palestine conflict, Zack went on a rant that many, including Twitch and the public, labeled as racist and dehumanizing toward Palestinians. The backlash was swift. His main Twitch channel was suspended, and he stepped down from his leadership roles at OTK and Starforge Systems to reflect and do better. While some called for his permanent cancellation, Zack used the time to issue a somber apology, admitting he had overstepped his bounds and become a meaner version of himself. This era was a sobering reminder that even a literal god is subject to the rules of the platform and the weight of their own words. As we move through early 2026, Zack has successfully navigated his way back to the top of the streaming charts, but he has done so on his own terms. Following the explosive fallout of late 2024, he made the permanent decision to step away from his leadership roles at OTK and Starforge Systems. While he remains a co-owner of the empire he helped build, he is no longer the face of the boardroom. Instead, he has found sanctuary on his alternate account, Zackrar. Here, the Asmongold persona, the loud, theatrical, literal god, has been replaced by Zack, the calm, observant, and often brutally honest commentator. This no-pressure environment has allowed him to recapture the joy of gaming, diving into titles like Neo 3 and the latest indie survival hits without the weight of an audience expecting a crash-out every 5 minutes. However, the most significant shift in his life hasn't been digital, but deeply personal. In August 2025, Zack opened up about a new, heavy burden: his father's declining health. Having spent 8 years as a primary caregiver for his mother, Zack once again found himself pulled between the demands of a global broadcast schedule and the medical needs of his last remaining parent. He has spoken candidly about the fatigue that sets in when you are the sole anchor for someone you love, even floating the idea of a 6-month hiatus in early 2026 to prioritize family over fame. This vulnerability has reshaped his legacy. He is no longer just the wow guy. He is a symbol of a generation balancing the grind of the digital age with the raw, quiet duties of real life. Despite a net worth that experts estimate between $15 and $25 million, his lifestyle remains a point of fascination and controversy. He still lives in the same house in Austin, still navigates a landscape of $2 steaks and cluttered rooms, and still refuses to flex his wealth. He has become a digital philosopher of the simple life, arguing that the more things you own, the more those things own you. In early 2026, he is less of a streamer and more of a cultural lighthouse, someone who has touched the absolute ceiling of fame, survived a public cancellation, and decided that the most valuable thing in the world is the freedom to be dirty, lazy, and completely unapologetically honest. The story of Asmongold is, in many ways, the story of the internet itself. It is chaotic, it is unfiltered, and it is built on a foundation of raw, unyielding authenticity. Zack Hoyt didn't change his room, his hair, or his opinions to fit the world. He made the world come to him. He built a media empire in a room he never cleaned, and in doing so, he showed us that you don't need a fancy studio, a polished script, or a corporate-approved personality to lead a movement. You just need a webcam, a microphone, and the courage to say exactly what everyone else is thinking but is too afraid to voice. As we look toward the rest of 2026, Zack's influence on the gaming industry remains absolute. When he plays an obscure indie title, its player count skyrockets. When he criticizes a AAA studio, the industry listens. But his true impact is the Asmongold perspective, the idea that you can succeed by being the most real version of yourself, even if that version is flawed. He is the man who proved that you can lose everything, your privacy, your reputation, and even the people you love most, and still find a way to stand back up, press go live, and keep moving forward. From the IRS office in Austin to the MVP stage of the Streamer Awards, Zack's journey is a masterclass in staying grounded. He is the king of the hill who never left the hill. As he continues to care for his father and navigate the evolving landscape of 2026, he remains the heartbeat of a community that values his honesty above all else. He is a reminder that the juice isn't found in a bank account, but in the freedom to live life exactly how you want to live it. What is your favorite Asmongold moment from this 20-year saga? Was it the legendary classic WoW mount runs, his emotional return after his mother's passing, or his recent transition into the digital philosopher of 2026? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe as we continue to document the lives of the personalities who are redefining the world. Until next time, take it easy, and as Zack would say, stay safe and stay legendary.